Hello, you're watching Wednesday edition of News Mongolia. Today is July 27th. For our top stories. Mongolia is in urgent need of qualified surgical nurses. Foreign young researchers are becoming familiar with Mongolian culture by visiting Herder's town. Ichinojo wins first sumo title. For other news, stay tuned. Foreign researchers and Mongolian studies scholars interested in Mongolian culture and nomadic lifestyle are visiting Mongolia. They have come to Mongolia to visit Herder's town and learn more about Mongolian culture.
These people are foreign Mongolian studies scholars who came to study in our country to get acquainted with the nomadic lifestyle. One of them, a young researcher from Japan whose name is Izuti. She shared with us her thoughts on the history and culture of Mongolia, the life of nomads, and said that the writing culture of our country had attracted her interest.
I find it very interesting to learn more about Mongolia. I think there's almost no better way to study Mongolian culture and history than to actually come to Mongolia myself.
Young researchers will spend a week in a rural herder's town and learn about Mongolian nomadic culture. During the second week, they will attend lectures by foreign and domestic Mongolian studies scholars in Ulaanbaatar.
I like Mongolian history, language and culture very much. Then I learned about the Mongolian language as I am keenly interested in it. I like Mongolia very much, but Mongolian language pronunciation is difficult, but I like it a lot. Currently I have been learning Chinese, but I like more to listen to Mongolian language being spoken.
These researchers will become an important bridge that will connect us with the world by spreading factual information about Mongolia.
On the one hand, we need to actively support scholars and cooperate with them. On the other hand, special attention should be paid to training young Mongolian study scholars. The researcher is the most important person for the continuous development of Mongolian studies. And the younger the researchers, the stronger the Mongolian studies will become.
The heritage and culture passed down over thousands of years, including the mother tongue, are essential for preserving Mongolian culture.
There are more than 200 specialized nurses in Mongolia who provide nursing care to cancer patients, but still the country is facing a shortfall of qualified nurses in all sectors of medical healthcare, including general surgery departments. This is Anchimik. She's been working as the general surgical department nurse for the last 13 years. She says that she experiences the consequences of the shortfall of qualified nurses herself because she often solely assists during surgeries that really require 2 to 3 nurses to assist.
There is a standard that 4 operating rooms should have 8 nurses available. We have 3 operating rooms, so it turns out we should have 6 qualified surgical nurses, but currently just 3 nurses are serving those 3 operating rooms. 1 nurse assists in 2 surgeries a day, sometimes even 3, so this is a tremendous workload.
Nurses are quite an important part of any medical establishment. Using proper standards, there should be 2 nurses for 1 doctor and 1 nurse for every 5 patients. But in reality, 1 nurse could end up assisting a total of 20 patients.
No nurse is allowed to leave the surgical room until the operation is complete. So, if my shift finishes at 4 p.m. but surgery finishes around 7 p.m., I have to stay and continue assisting in the surgery even though my shift was over a few hours ago. It's a difficult always having to work overtime. We have our families too. They are complaining that I don't spend enough time with family members.
Nurses say that the government should address this issue on a policy level and increase the number of students majoring in this profession.
Due to social issues and the relatively low wages, only a few graduates continue pursuing their career as surgical nurses. They choose other professions and jobs that promise better salaries. Young people prefer careers that pay better.
There are 56,000 health and medical professionals in Mongolia, out of which 28% or about 13,000 are qualified nurses. International standard states that one doctor should be assisted by 3 to 5 nurses. However, in Mongolia, only 1 to 2 nurses assist one doctor. Now let's take a look at the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Thank you for staying with us on MNB World. Now let's take a look at Mongolia's current affairs. In accordance with the intergovernmental agreement between Mongolia and China regarding the regime of the Mongolian-Chinese border crossings, the two countries agreed to have 9 permanent operating outer road crossings, namely Ichinojo Өвдөг, Замын Эрлиан, Ханг Мандал, Гашуун Сухат Ганцмод, Шивээ Хүрэн Сэхэ, Бургастай Лао Мяо, Булган Такашикен, Бичигт Зүүн Хатавч, and Хаврыг Ар Хашаат. Today, 7 out of those 9 crossings are operating normally. As a result of working through diplomatic channels to restore freight transportation at the Бичигт Зүүн Хатавч and Хаврыг Ар Хашаат road ports that have been closed according to the proposal of the Chinese side due to the pandemic, the operation at Бичигт Зүүн Хатавч port, which has been closed since August 22, 2021, was resumed and 200 vehicles stuck on the Chinese side started moving from July 22 this year. In addition, coal trucks will start crossing the state border, and an agreement has been reached with the Chinese side to further increase oil and other necessary export-import transportation. Now let's take a look at our regular feature on sports.
The 44th Chess Olympiad 2022 will be held in Chennai, the Republic of India, between July 28th and August 10th. The Olympiad will bring together 343 chess players from 197 countries. The following 10 chess players will represent Mongolia in the tournament, including Grandmasters Batsurung Gundava Bilgun and Ichtol, Master Amartovshin, and International Masters Gaertan Bayarma Mukzul Mungunzul and Mukzul. The Chess Olympiad was held online for the last 2 years, and this will be the first physical tournament since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. The Mongolian national chess team has participated in the tournament 25 times so far. The men's team is currently ranked 46th, while the women's team is ranked 27th. The Prime Minister of Mongolia Erdogan received the chess players of the Mongolian national chess team who will be competing in the 44th Chess Olympiad 2022. During the meeting, the Prime Minister emphasized that the government of Mongolia attaches great importance to the development of the sport of chess and expressed his confidence that Mongolian chess players would successfully participate in the tournament while wishing for the success. Grandmaster Ichtol said that FIDE organizes the biennial tournament to select the best chess player. In other words, the Chess Olympiad is like the Olympics for chess players. Ichinojo claimed his maiden Emperor's Cup at the Nagoya Grand Sumo tournament, winning his final match against fellow rank and filer Ura before the joint overnight leader, and only Yokozuna Terunofuji lost to Ozaki Takakeisho. The two Mongolian-born contenders were deadlocked at 11-3, entering the final day of the 15-day tournament at the Dolphins Arena, where a succession of wrestlers had been forced to withdraw from competition due to coronavirus. The co-leaders had both lost on the penultimate day, raising the prospect of a tie-breaking bout to determine the winner of the meet. Ichinojo earned his third Outstanding Performance award after racking up wins at the 15-day meet against Terunofuji Takakeisho and Ozaki Mitakeumi, who later withdrew due to COVID-19. The 29-year-old giant's best previous result was 14-1 finish at the March 2019 Grand Tournament, when he was runner-up to the unbeaten Hakuho. Ichinojo missed the May tournament because of COVID-19, but said that absence may have helped him to better perform in Nagoya.
Here comes the weather forecast for the world's major cities. This is it for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you tomorrow with more news updates. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.